Yeah, I need healing. What a team name, especially with Genji main. Let's see. Let's get familiar with these names. Of course, we've got a lot of new names in the community, so we're just getting used to them. We have Just Joker.
Is it Derpman? I like Derpman. You know, like the dog.
Like,
I like the word Dopaman. I think that's how we should.
That's almost like dopamine, which is also a pretty good name. It's the reward neurotransmitter.
Derpman.
I
don't know if it's Derpman because it's double N. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it's just Dope Man.
Oh, that's disappointing.
I know it's disappointing, but
Dopaman.
He's picked his name. Okay, we're gonna call him Dopaman because weed humor is just.
Report Bot is a good name.
Report Bot is a good
Master
name.
Pleb, Shy Guy, Genji main.
The Shy Guy is actually a really nice name.
They've really thought their usernames out pretty well, actually. I think on a team of names, it's pretty good.
I'm looking at this offensive
but the Genji
team.
main is playing McCree. So
I'm looking at this offensive team lineup, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Can you see what I'm seeing?
I'm seeing it. Puts a lot of emphasis on P. Clark, who, honestly, I would like to see the triple tank Roadhog in there instead of the Pharah. I think that'd be really interesting because whilst Pharah can do a lot of damage, I do think that a sustained Roadhog, just putting a lot of pressure on, especially when there's a Sombra just lurking in the wings, will be really good.
Meanwhile, let's have a look at just how the defensive team is set up. There's a lot of hit scan here as well that will be shutting down P. Clark. They are ready for the Pharah. Double hit scan and a Zenyatta. Meanwhile, it looks like Artie's going to be going forward. So if you are unfamiliar with how Sombra is played, you basically, well, take the health pack usually on the right-hand side. It looks like they're actually just going to be going straight in. That's an interesting translocator there by Artie. I don't think that quite went where he wanted it to go. They do take the health pack around the back, so they have set themselves up with a nice little base. There we go. He's just going to use that translocator to get rid of it, I imagine. And he is playing actually pretty aggressively with this. He's just going to wait it out. This is the time when you want to be picking up these health packs. You want to be getting that EMP charge as soon as possible. The idea is that you try and build that EMP before the enemy team is even ready. P. Clark, though, going up and over, takes a huge amount of damage very early on. Artie just gets cut down by the Roadhog as well. Huge amounts of damage coming out here as I Need Healing just raining death. Miranda drops dangerously low. Easy pick off for Dopaman there. No problem there. The Shy Guy now caught in the backline, but just cuts down the remaining tanks as they try and get out. Jimmy doing a lot of good damage on the exit. Jimmy's actually been doing a really good job today of just finding damage whenever he needs to, but still not quite getting the results here. Artie on 60%, and he's behind the enemy team's ultimates here. Bad news bears.
Yeah, they tried to take it in this little hovel room that they were on the left-hand side, where Artie is now currently as he's hacked, but they kind of overextend a little bit. Artie went down. Genji main is sneaking in on Artie, who actually gets it and headshot, pulls him down. Looks like a crook with the Blackwatch outfit that Genji main is wearing. And
the best part is, I was on Artie's
might not work in
perspective.
this situation, but the ultimate still needs to come up before we see it sort of work, I suppose.
And you just saw the outline of McCree creeping around the corner. The creeping over.
Yeah.
Just
needed the Pink Panther music for that. Just Joker is on the point, being hard to move, whereas everybody else is on the high ground, being cool guys. The battering code dropped down.
P. Clark almost ready. There goes the Shadow.
Shy Guy who ults and misses.
Misses, yeah, doesn't manage to find anything. Does find the charge though, and kills do start coming in. Tackfizer just comes in to clean up. No resources used by Six Amongst Many, I do believe that. They're just holding on wisely as resources are used on the defense. But crucially, Master Pleb is going to be ready and waiting with the Transcendence. Vitally though, Zenyatta really gets ruined by this kill here.
Joker was chasing after Sea Surfer, who was flying out to safety. The hook, I think, actually landed, but Jimmy shielded Sea Surfer just in time that it amounted to nothing. Would have been a really tough blow to 6am, who are struggling on this attack, but they do have...
They have the tools.
Almost
Artie's going for it. Here it goes. Fire at will comes through. There's the EMP, and this is just absolutely everything. That's how you win a fight with Sombra. It's...
Yep, I hope when Doomfist is added, he has the ultimate called the kitchen sink, because they pretty much threw everything apart from that at them.
Oh god, that was like, I don't think the barrage was quite necessary there, but they threw it in anyway just for fun. Artie swapping off the Sombra, less effective on the point coming up, but that is how you win a fight very decisively with Sombra, and especially if it does hit the Zenyatta, it's really going to make it difficult to have any kind of counter available. So they managed to take the point. It's a very safe way of doing it, and they do have a good position here. P. Clark just takes the high ground, but doesn't displace the Soldier 76. So Soldier 76, Dopaman managing to get on the high ground here, managing to sort of shell back on P. Clark. Does dodge a couple of rockets here. There's a lot of support for Clark available, but this guy is landing his shots, ladies and gentlemen, making it difficult for the Pharah to find too much value. We do see the teams jockeying for position.
Some work stuff came up.
Ryan
I
being
was sort of looking at it.
moderately quiet in the background there.
It's video time for us. I can't help it.
Okay.
I can't help
The
it.
hook does go on to
Saying
Artie
that-
there, though, cuts him down. That's going to be a lot of damage now missing for the next push. We do see P. Clark. Why is my camera spazzing out like that? It shouldn't be. There we go. P. Clark is forced to drop back, asking very patiently for healing on 2 hit points. Mercy, Mercy, we're over here. Thank you. There go. Miranda does pick herself up a kill on the low ground, though. Do see damage being traded from both sides. It looks like finally they've stabilized. Ryan, are you with us?
I am.
Do you need
really
a moment?
sort of spread out at the moment. Neither team without a Reinhardt currently. Neither team really wanted to dedicate to a fight too far. Just 6am want to get on the high ground, get Artie in the cool spot. I still don't know why Artie doesn't have the skin on Soldier. I mean, come on, like the skin's nice, but it's not that.
Maybe he likes the default, but P. Clark swoops in,
Solid option.
scoops up a couple of kills here. This pharmacy doing a lot of work, despite all the counters available to them. And Jimmy, honestly, has been getting away with murder. He's just been standing on the point and basically just been grinding through the team steadily. We do see Artie going with attack visor on Heavy. He's just raining death from above, trying to get on this Reinhardt as the Discord orb. Reinhardt does land the Earth Shadow, but nothing can follow it up because Artie is just there watching from the high ground. And that sucks. The payload can just roll forward and a very, very smooth take through the second point on Hollywood.
Very smart, very, very good push from 6am that just did everything right. You could see that the shy guy on Reinhardt wasn't really comfortable at all with everybody on the high ground shooting him. Didn't know where to stand, didn't know where to be, and at this point 6am are looking really comfortable. They started off pretty shaky at the start with taking the first point, used literally everything, even characters they weren't playing, their ultimates were involved in that push right at the end. But now they are looking incredibly strong. But we've been in this situation before. There was a pause that kind of took the wind out of the sails a little bit. But now everybody seems to be looking in tip-top condition and want to be taking this fight again with 5 out of 6 ultimates ready.
Yeah, they're going to have a huge wombo combo available to them. I mean, Jimmy's been holding on to this grab for absolutely ages, so he's going to be looking for it. We also see Dopamine just hanging around on the high ground here. I think he's looking for P. Clark, but P. Clark's actually staying sort of tucked up and a little bit low here. Being very, very careful with his movement, making sure he's not going to get caught out. He's just contesting now the high ground with Soldier 76. The payload just keeps rolling forward, like they keep pulling back, but this is just giving 6am a lot of space to move forward. There goes a beautiful Ursula. It just catches so many. Easy clean up there. Sights is on the high ground. Dopamine doing a good job, but he's firing it into a Transcendence as well. Does manage to get a couple of results, as I think a heal grenade did go in there. Does manage to also get some good damage onto the blanked out onto this area, but the rest
back into the fight. Yellow Batter was anti-naded and went down even in the middle of the Transcendence. But that doesn't matter. They seems to have almost pushed it. Master Plate just holding onto the point with just Joker pressing the muffin button, but there is no muffin at this point in time.
That right,
Muffin's been eaten. That's another game. They take it with 1 minute 56 left to go. Really strong push. It was a little bit messy towards the end there, but the res came in from Sea Surfer and just managed to sort of see the game out.
Yeah, it was a bit of a slow start, I would say, like a bit of a stagger at the start. They stumbled a little bit. They had a couple of issues getting that Sombra off the ground, but when they did, just that wombo combo completely stole the momentum away for them. There was nothing really stopping them in the second point. They just advanced forward, and it felt like every engage had a plan behind it. This is what I like to see. Every engage sort of had a purpose with it. Whether it was just, let's get Artie set up on the high ground and get the nanovisor off, or let's get just a good position to get a grab off and get a couple of combos going. Like, they had plans and combos in mind, and they executed on those, which was great to see.
Exactly. It was a really strong push. I mean, we saw them win on this map against To Be Decided. So it is a really sort of strong map for them. Let's just hope that Eichenwalde is just as strong and they can finish it out with a 2-0 win if they can full hold it here. But they are running a Sombra on defense.
Now, I've gone on record several times saying I don't like the Sombra defense, and it looks like Artie's taking my advice to heart. I don't like the defensive Sombra compared to a defensive Soldier 76. Why would you run a support offense character when you could just run a support offense character that brings a lot of offense with moderate support? Soldier 76, I think, does what Sombra does, but better in defensive terms at the very least. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. Meanwhile, Doperman. We're going to keep calling him Doperman, even though I'm still pretty sure it's Dopeman. Running the Widow. And waving. Hello. Hi. Bonjour.
Hello. He's aware. He's sentient.
He sensed it. He sensed the eyes upon
he's
him.
stream snapping, in which case turn the stream off.
He's not that
Don't
quick, I
do
think.
it. Yeah. Very divey lineup.
Yes.
Very 6am lineup, this really. So be interested to see how 6am fight against themselves.
P. Clark in the instant.
Instantly dead report bot.
Just the instant rockets, the damage and rockets come in. Rain death from above. P. Clark. Faro takes out Mom. Just goes, Mom, why are you here? This is a war zone. You're a bit too old for this. Does take a shot from the Widow, but Mercy's right there just to keep him pocketed. I mean, if you're struggling against the pharmacy, Widow is a good way of dealing with it, but I think P. Clark is just going to play very defensively here. Just take the time, stay behind Labata's barrier a little bit, and just be very careful when they poke out. Widow goes for the jump shot, doesn't manage to find too much there. Doberman looking for the angle, does take down Cisa, but that's a crucial loss here, and that's going to probably prompt a little bit of an opening here for the push to go in. Artie getting dangerous a little here. Doberman gets himself a double kill so far, pushing forward now, looking for P. Clark. P. Clark diving, does take a bullet there. Doberman goes for the jump shot, doesn't manage to find it. P. Clark getting dangerous, melee down there by the Widowmaker, getting too close. And it looks like I need healing. Going to be able to take this first point.
Really strong push. Doberman did a lot of the work there. I'm glad that we've sort of changed his name for him. He's on fire. Shy Guys took the opportunity as soon as Cisa went down to jump in, but ultimately couldn't really do much. It got a bit scrappy on the point there. Again, Labata was just sort of holding around for as long as possible. They're on the high ground, ready and waiting for this next point, but they have got to watch out for the Widowmaker, especially when they have a Zenyatta and a Mercy as the supports. They are very easy headshot targets.
Yes. And also, like, I'm glad that Artie sort of tucked in a lot more. He was holding off sort of from the top of the saloon, and that is really dangerous when the enemy team has a Widowmaker, right? Because she has just better long range. She has activated sights right now. She's looking for targets. Does only really see Labata on the high ground, on the low ground, even as the rest of the team does start to drop down and reposition. That's a pain in the arse of a grapple, let me tell you, as it always puts you on this little sort of low tier roof here. The charge goes through though. Artie does get himself a nice kill there. Does take out Just Joker, so that's the main source of DPS gone. Doberman has to basically take over the entire game now and getting all the kills, and he's trying to sort of isolate one target. Meanwhile, the other one just moves in. Doberman does have the Discord orb on him as well, so has to play incredibly careful. Does go to the high ground here, but Sights is now called as Artie decides to put an end to this fight. Meanwhile, Clark takes out the threat of the Widowmaker as well, and this fight is basically over, ladies and gents, as they do start moving forward. I've just noticed that my ping in game is at 400, so I think I am having slight network issues, but it's not really affecting the stream too badly. It's just a little bit of lag, making things interesting.
Yeah, a couple of people are getting buffering, I think, but other than that, I think we're still cracking on as per usual. Hard to say for certain. As our new boys in town, I Need Healing, go for their second push on the second point.
So,
really
you keep going, I'm going to fix deck issues.
Yeah. The Shy Guy is just sort of fighting against Labata, trying to get something going. The ultimates look to be more pretty much equal at this point. Report Bot does actually use the nano boost on the Shy Guy. Labata charges him, tries to charge away with the F-shot, stuns him, but it's very low on health, and finally goes down to Just Joker, who is now going to eat through the likes of Jimmy and Artie, who are still struggling to hold it on the point. Really looks at this point that they're going to take the second objective, but it's hard to say. It looks like 6 AM aren't going to dedicate anything more to it. Shy Guy is stood by the door trying to sort of charge anybody that seems silly enough to try and contest it. But they have 4.5 minutes pretty much left to go to take this point, which is a lot of time for this. But 6 AM are straight away already trying to hold through the door, as they're all pretty much from the old spawn anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. The P. Clark going deep actually puts on the justice, but on a point that's already captured, just throwing that away. Maybe he's looking for a swap, maybe he's just trying to burn that character and get onto something else. But meanwhile, a huge number of ultimates available, and Doberman's still on this Widowmaker. Clark actually opting for the Widowmaker himself, so going to be going for a little bit of counter sniping here and try and deal with that. Meanwhile, no one hides from the Huntress is called, as the Widowmaker is looking for her rival on the opposite team. Sniper leaves this to me, apparently it's been called. Staying nice and safe.
Justice combo is ready and waiting for I Need Healing, and they have 4 ultimates ready to go. Nano boost not been too far off either as well. As Doberman is stood right in a second trying to
Barry's
get
destroyed. Labata's
This is a good opportunity to F-shot. If he uses it, he charges instead.
He goes for the charge, trying to get the kill on Labata. Takes him all the way to the back line there, but Labata punishes with the Mercy healing. That said, it did give an opportunity for Doberman there to get himself a kill. Sights has been called for Artie though. Artie looking for the kills, but gets slapped as well. Report Bot doing work at the moment. Here's the anti-heal coming in. Tranquility is called, but of course Artie anti-heal at the moment is poking in front of the barrier. Artie, you need healing, man. You got to be a little bit careful. Here comes the grab. Is there a follow-up? Just Joker tries to get in position, but he's on no hit points. Just gets sniped down. Oh, Miranda doing a good job here on that Zenyatta.
That's a shame. He's still got 3 minutes, so it's likely that Just Joker will have that ultimate again by the end of this game, as P. Clark does shut down Report. But Shy Guy is just sort of waiting for his opportunity. Labata has the high ground and is making most use of it, as she is ready and waiting almost to go with her Earthshatter. Whereas Nano Boost, Res and Earthshatter for Shy Guy are ready and waiting for the attacking team.
Artie has to be a little bit careful. Widow looking for the snipes, but Artie does, of course, have a mercy healing, so headshot is going to be required there. Peacock gets deleted there. The Zarya bubble not quite protecting him there. Just a little bit of luck maybe coming through there with the Zarya barrier going to just the right time. Shadow does go off. I don't think it actually got anything, and this shot, the Shy guy gets punished for that little bit of greed, however. They're really starting to get through here, but Dopamine has actually taken up the high ground, calls out sights again. Peacock running up to try and counter. It has to be very careful in this duel. Widows occupying each other. Meanwhile, Artie's just having a whale of a time charging forward, trying to get on the back line, but does get cut down, and it's looking a little bit dicey on both teams at the moment. It's going to be hard to tell who's going to get the advantage. Peacock does have sight available, though.
Nobody here can really sort of take advantage of the other one's misplays in particular, although it does look like I Need Healing are all grouped up with just Joker on the Winston to shut down P. Clark, as these team lineups are getting fairly interesting to try and deal with the Widowmaker battle that seems to be going across one of the narrow points of all of the maps in Overwatch.
Yeah, Artie actually opting instead for the Roadhog to maybe deal with some of these tanks as well, maybe open up the barrier a little bit more for Labata. Going to be trying to find opportunities here. We do see the Winston jumping in the back, but he's got a Discord orb on him. He's going to try and jump away, but there's nowhere safer to really jump through. Airhook goes in, doesn't manage to find anything. Charge goes through, but that's charging into a team with a Roadhog. But that said, Artie's just not standing around. He's just trusting his team. P. Clark cleaning up, scooping up all the kills for himself. Getting the nice finishing blows there. Let's jump on board with P. Clark, see what he can find in what is in his sights, ladies and gents. Nothing too much at the moment. There's the enemy Widow, and he's nice and safe tucked behind a barrier as well, so P. Clark can take his time with these shots. D.Va coming out now as the teams get progressively tankier to deal with these Widowmakers. Holy moly.
Still triple tanks, but they've gone for the D.Va instead of the Winston. Makes sense considering the Roadhog is now a huge threat as well. D.Va's good as well at just clearing people off the point. Granted, if they can get their ultimate
Shadow does go through.
There comes in the ultimate.
Catches a lot of people, a lot of damage going out. Jimmy's still alive in the back though. C7 picks Labata back up. Labata going to be looking for an opportunity here to drop their own Shadow. Maybe get one or two people just holding onto it for now. Dope Man meanwhile staying safe on the high ground, looking for shots onto Jimmy. Jimmy dangerously low. Down goes Dope Man. Labata now just caught out on her own. Will get cut down here, but it's not before. It might be a little bit too late. Artie drops the whole hog, presses the muffin button, but does get shot down there, cut down by the entire team. It's going to be up to C7 to try and get out there, but there goes the grab to just stall it up. But Widowmaker is on the point actually. Miranda's coming around from the side.
Miranda's got
Transcendence as well. He's stalling up even more.
Transcendence in time. He's taking pot shots to try and get on there, but now he's stalling it out. Everybody seems to be here, and it looks like they're going to push it to overtime. There's the upshot from Labata that gets it onto Just Joker, who was getting healed. Probably doesn't deal him much damage. Doperman is in the position that he usually is in.
Oh, gets hooked down. Artie
gets him, and it's just a complete battle of brutes.
God, I should have come back. I've got to zoom out again. There's a D.Va bomb in the middle of it all as well, and a nano boost. The D.Va bomb is enough to scoop up 2 more kills. Peacock though on the Tracer, still buying enough time, has to dodge the nano boosted. Reinhardt does manage to dodge and Duke still. Miranda's coming back out. Tracer just goes down. Can he get on the point though? C7 trying to get there. Does get booed by the D.Va, but Zenyatta does get there to stall. Jimmy now coming back out for the progressive stall. Sombra now coming up from Artie as well. Labata does get back on the point. Sombra now coming up as well to maybe buy a little bit more time. Res advantage is definitely on the blue team. I Need Healing definitely has the advantage here. Artie teleporting away just in time to stay alive that little bit longer. Does get cut down. Jimmy removed from the mech on the point. Dope Man just shooting for freely on these targets of the points. They will make it eventually, but still a huge time advantage going to 6amongstMany there. Whew.
Eventually, they made it. Wasn't quite quadruple tanks or quintuple tanks that it was in there, but Just Joker on the D.Va right at the end there. Actually, probably should have gone on it sooner, as they did absolute work on it. The ultimate got a double kill and just being able to shut down people getting onto the point as well. Bearing that in mind, they have no opportunity. They have to hold the point 0%. And 6am just need to get on it. Considering they run Sombra in the past, it might be a good opportunity for Artie to pick her up here, as it's a little bit of a cheese strat, but they can actually make it work in a much more coordinated fashion.
Yeah, I imagine because Artie hasn't picked yet, they are probably still deciding, are they going to be running the Sombra? 2 minutes is enough time to do it. What you generally see teams doing, at least what the tactic was in vogue when Sombra was getting picked, is taking this health pack more than the one in the back, so the one in this little gift store here, and just you base your fights around here. You just poke out, you pick up that health pack, you can also bounce to this one up the stairs here as well, and you just build up that Sombra ultimate nice and quick using that healing. It looks like instead they're going to be going for a dive comp using the Zarya, Winston, Genji. I actually quite like this. I mean, 6am run this comp pretty goddamn well. P. Clark's Farah is pretty strong, Jimmy's pretty good on the Genji, so they could definitely make this work.
For sure. I'm just sorting out my Shadow Player settings as I had to reinstall it. which is annoying.
There we go. We do see a defensive Genji coming out of Genji main, not opting for the McCree this time. McCree actually seemed to be doing okay for himself, but let's see how he does on this Genji. That said, let's jump on board with Jimmy as he's going to be like the primary aggressor here. No one dying as they come out of spawn this time as well, unfortunately. No sort of damage down for rockets coming in. As aggro play is the order of the day, ladies and gents. They just dive straight in, go for the high ground, not before even scouting where the enemy team is. They are actually safe on the opposite rooftop. D.Va runs forward, trying to cut down on a lot of this damage that this Pharah will be doing. Dope Man does get the better of CSAF on the first kill, but P-Clark gets himself a support. Is now hunting the Mercy. Mercy goes down. Both supports are dead. This is a huge loss right now, as they have to stay on the point. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if they leave the point at any time, well, it's going to be GG. They just have to tick it up with 1% as deaths do start raining through, and it looks like they will be able to take it. There it goes, and the game is done.
Yeah, it's a shame that those changes haven't really sort of come through, but really it was in the hands of I Need Healing. It had 4.5 minutes to push that final point and only managed to do it in overtime. Again, 6 AM seemed to have a sort of habit of panicking, choking a little bit, and then be like, right, sort it out, we'll change this up. The change to get P. Clark onto the Widowmaker was a sort of unconventional one, but it worked out really well. The Sea Surfer, been playing amazingly on Mercy, has got to play the game for this one.
Amazing. This is 3-man res right at the sort of the last breath as well.
Yep.
Good job just scooping people up, doing some healing there on Jimmy. Jimmy's been playing extremely well.
Screaming at Jimmy, like, stand still.
Comes. Okay, have you seen the video that someone put out of Widowmaker singing Adele?
No.
It's a brilliant...
Yes, I've seen it. It's been a while.
Brilliant parody, but my favourite moment in it is something... like Widowmaker's line of like, I require healing, and you just hear Mercy in the background, come to the fucking ledge then, and it's that sums up sort of the Mercy lifestyle basically. Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Have you noticed that there's this flag? If you look at where the bridge is,
okay,
and then you fly right up to the top of the building, there's a flag, but it's just a metal one.
Right at the top of which building?
So you've got the bridge that you hold the first point on.
Oh, the bridge that you hold the first point on. Okay. Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
It's crap, isn't it? It's just
it's a weather vane, I'm sure, of some variety.
Oh, it's a nice view.
Yeah, I know, it's a gorgeous map. I mean, it's beautiful. That's Stuttgart in the distance, and then you got this big mech in the forest as well.
Wait, which side's Stuttgart on? Oh yeah, I see it.
It's the huge city in the distance. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know which side it was.
It's a massive city, Ryan. It's very hard to miss.
It's not that much.
I know you're a tank player, but come on.
It's a lot of field. I'm just expecting Bastion to just run out of it, being like, pew, pew.
Just a lone Bastion in the middle of it, gunning people down.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
look at that mech on the other side.
Yeah, no, it's huge, isn't it?
Massive. I really sort of looked around Eichenwalde because, you know, I'm too busy hating on it.
No, it's a gorgeous map. It's really, really pretty. It's very scenic. It's very good for thumbnails as well. But meanwhile, we got the defensive team lineup. Looking somewhat standard, running double hit scan again. So Genji main opting for the McCree rather than a triple tank lineup. No Symmetra either. Meanwhile, on the offense, we're running with the Sombra again. So it looks like they're going to be basing there.
To work it out. Maybe a bit of cockiness there to sort of play, but we saw how good it was. And it is one of those maps, again, that they want to take that first point first and foremost.
They just push.
It is pretty tricky to get, but they are in.
Yeah.
They're already trying to sort of push through the main door, and Shy Guy doesn't really know how to block them out.
Yeah, they just went right through. Artie almost gets the hack on the Reinhardt as well, crucially, which would just completely shut him down. If Artie can actually find the angle and do it, then that would be absolutely huge. But they're almost on the point already. Here's the hack on the Reinhardt. Doesn't manage to just finish it. I think just the Ana grenade just came through just to stall it out a little bit of time, a little bit there. We do see a lot of this EMP being built up there. Genji main almost going down here. Sombra is forced to back out. The teams are just still fighting around the point, but they managed to get a lot of progress here. It does it just pushing all the way through, and they even managed to dip a toe on the point.
Yep, 87% of Artie's ult charge is ready and waiting to go. Really could have been spelt disaster there for I Need Healing, who didn't know what to do. Artie's on the point, probably shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Because with going up against the McCree, you don't want to sort of...
You also give away the game a bit. Ready. Like, I'm back here as Sombra. I've touched the point, so I'm going to be in this area. So you already saw like McCree pulling back here, but EMP is ready. Enemy team is grouping up as well. And this could be a huge opportunity. Here it comes. The EMP goes through. Not before C-Surfer dies, but Labada just gets the fire strike on that poor Zenyatta, who couldn't do anything there. Just Joker does get cut down as well. And again, this is the power of that Sombra. The first push Sombra is extremely strong. Transcendence also comes out, does buy people a little bit of time here. This the Shy Guy manages to get a charge, I think, pushing Miranda off with the Transcendence as well. So I think killed him during that. But it's just a report that.
On the point to contest it. She's just off of it, apparently.
No, I think it's the Ana was just contesting the point while Labada had a bit of a snooze.
Insane. doesn't save for us, does it? But they have the point, 50%.
And this looks
it anyway.
This looks like
they
enough
look
now.
like they wanted to fight for it at least. They're not willing to give it up
Man's
just
sort
yet,
of gone out there.
Stupid considering it's 96%.
And they're actually going for it. High Noon was called as well. Transcendence is used just to push its way back out, but High Noon does get stopped. Of course, Genji Genji main gets cut down on that poor McCree, so not getting the value out there. Another EMP going off.
But she can't use it. The point has been taken and Anna is stuck in the middle of nowhere. Report bot is down by Jimmy.
I love the fact that I got the camera on RT just in time for him to use that EMP, and you just saw the Zenyatta sort of sheepishly trying to scurry away with his 50 hit points. And then a slight breeze comes through and just kills him.
Master Pleb may want to get off the Zenyatta now. They have changed from the Zarya. I don't know if they were running the Zarya in the first place to begin with, but now Genji main is on the Winston. I think he's going to play everything but Genji at this point. But I really like to see a Lucy on the attacking team, especially with, you know, the likes of a Sombra using EMP just to speed boost Labata into position that she can just whack a mole a little bit.
P. Clark looking.
So far, they're still going for the really aggressive Zenyatta Ana combo.
P. Clark looking for an angle there to try and knock someone off the high ground. Looks like they will be contesting this high ground as RT does get spotted out and does get killed for his trouble, so didn't manage to sort of scurry away here. We're on board with Dope Man right now as he does have the visor available, just doesn't even need it, puts a rocket into the back and eliminates both supports there. Really high DPS coming out of him as they weren't quite aware with the flank. Labata does get a good charge, and that might have been enough just to sort of confirm her ultimate being available. I wasn't sure if it was up before, but it certainly is now as RT's coming in, trying to build up a little bit of ult charge. Doesn't have his Translocator ready, trying to push in without his Translocator available. It's generally sort of a bit of a death sentence there for Sombra, so she is forced back out there. They do regroup for the next push, and they will have all 6 ultimates available.
Yep, they're ready. I keep saying ready and waiting. They're just ready to go with everything on their side, but they want to make sure that they get used of the EMP, which is well aware of. The hook comes in for just Joker, who gets slept. They couldn't actually kill RT. They're going to be on the high ground. I want to make sure he's up there.
Oh, no.
Shy Guy comes in with the Earth Shatter.
But there's
just in time.
The Transcendence does manage to save a couple of lives there. Whole Hog does come out to knock a couple of people back, but they have dropped to the low ground. This is an opportunity here for the EMP to go out, but it only really catches one person there in the back there, and that does mean that Zenyatta can counter with his own Transcendence there just to buy him enough time. Dope Man also just scooping up all the kills. Does have the nano boost on him. Will just get rid of RT here on the point, I imagine, in a second, as RT does manage to juke around, does actually manage to get out. So Sombra slipping away. Sombra. I went a bit lispy then. Sombra.
Yeah, she hacked your lower jaw apparently. This triple tank lineup is proving too strong for anything to do with the EMP. Although RT is on fire, it's not proving.
Well, the problem there was, like,
she's trying to hack the high ground, but she doesn't realise that Anna's behind her with a sleep. Is going to wait it out so she can sleep her, but it doesn't actually work. RT is low with the team, and P. Clark comes in with the ultimate, and everybody's pretty much dead at this point. Jim, what is going on?
It's just chaos all over the place. I completely missed that RT getting slayed. We saw it in the distance, but it's enough damage has basically gone out to ensure that the point will just keep rolling forward. We do still have this. I think RT's still dueling with Report Bot here on the Anna, and it's forced to run away from this scary old woman. There we go. P. Clark sort of come back here and offered some support. Gets the air shot as well, I think, on that poor Anna.
Pretty much ready to go as well on the really
that'll be huge here.
This looks like it's going to be it, but she dies.
Oh,
Master Pleb takes out RT and they have to wait in the back. And actually gets the point. This is really bad for I Need Healing that are really sort of stuck in no man's land at this point.
Yeah, they just sort of couldn't manage to push their way out. Labata doing a good job just keeping them sort of pinned in, and then P. Clark coming in from the side and just dealing all the damage that they need to. Basically now just trying to get what advantage they can on this final point of Eichenwalde. Final point Eichenwalde, of course, incredibly difficult to take. Spawn distance is very near, and the choke really doesn't allow for too many mistakes. You just have this corner that you have to try and force your way around, but they do crucially have the EMP available. There goes the Translocator. Here comes the ult, and it manages to get the Zenyatta, so Zenyatta not going to be a big part of this fight as well. Doberman dropping danger too low here. He is on the McCree, might have his abilities coming online now. Can put the flashbang out, doesn't need it. Blands the headshot there. We do see an Earthshadow come on the point, but not before P. Clark just comes in and dunks someone with the rocket. And they manage to take it with 2 minutes to spare. Holy moly.
Really strong push. I think just sort of always watching a Reinhardt play because that's what I am. I think when the EMP goes, you have a lot more freedom to ult when you want as Earthshatter, with your Earthshatter even. So probably could have been used more in that regard, as Labata only managed to get 2, whereas there were a few more people in that point, and you can certainly get like a Kaiser level ultimate on that final point, and it just makes everything a lot tidier for those around. The fact that they're still playing Zenyatta into that Sombra is difficult to say the least, and they should know that that's never going to end well, especially with how quickly that Artie gets his ultimate. Speaking of Artie, he's going for the Torbjorn at this point.
They're going for the double sort of builder defense. I'm never a huge fan of these double builder defenses. I just think that you're putting so many eggs in one basket that if they get one good push and just displace you, you just lose all momentum. I prefer having like the Symmetra and a Soldier, for example, to help provide some extra healing as well that will help sort of ramp stuff up. Of course, if you do survive a little while, you could opt to have the shield generator and have 350 health on everyone or more, or you could just keep the teleport up and running. And just have the 275. You know, we are looking nicely at Ganymede here, or at least Ganymede's species. Texture isn't quite good enough to read what it is, unfortunately, but hey, there we go. I like Eichenwalde's aesthetics. Maybe not so much its map design. Although with this new first point opening, it does actually feel a lot nicer just to play overall. Like once you get past the first point, it's quite fun. Like first point and third point of Eichenwalde were always the issue. Second point is honestly a pretty good time.
Yeah, it feels much more open overall for the teams. They didn't really sort of use that entrance, but it's good to have just for the sake of it. But I think this is going to be a really strong hold from 6 AM.
But
they are dedicating a lot to this sort of lineup, so they have to play it well.
A lot of pressure is going to be on Joker right now. They spotted out the turret, and there we go. Turret does go down.
Only got 4% charge,
yep.
So not as great as it should have been.
But you know. Artie can easily rebirth that in time. They kind of know that people are going to be trying to go their way around the back. We have just Joker sneaking all the way around, but of course the turret's just going to snipe on him. That said, Venom Mine actually does trip on Artie, and Artie drops dangerously low as a result, does get killed for his trouble, and that's a good early kill there, as they do just manage to brute force their way through the choke point. And now this is what I mean, when you start losing that momentum, it could cause problems. But P. Clark snipes his rival out of the sky, and now going to be looking for that Widowmaker. Widow trying to get this Farah in her sights. Can't quite see her just yet. WCP Clark duking back towards the point right now, just staying alive that little bit longer. Does get caught in the Winston bubble. Of course, not a happy place for us to be, as now just hunting down that Widowmaker. If Widow can be eliminated, it's gonna mean that Pierre Clark can be let off the leash. But of course, the man manages to cut him out the sky here. Now Artie back on the high ground, does swap to the Soldier 76. Let's see what Artie can do. Can't quite outsnipe the Widow. Widow getting the advantage of that fight there. Labata does eventually go down here. It's just Jimmy left on the point. Can he survive? Can he do it? I don't think so. No, he doesn't, and does get cut down there. So good first push there coming out of I Need Healing.
Yeah, Sea Surfer on Lucio to try and contest for it a little bit, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be enough.
He's still going. Jesus, there we go.
Fairly quick pick from I Need Healing, and it's a shame that Artie went down so quickly as the Torbjorn, but then again, when you play a team like that, any loss, no matter who it is or what time it is, spells disaster for that kind of lineup, because they play the best when time is on their side, and it wasn't then. Saying that, they're on the high ground with a much more typical lineup, and they want to make sure that they can hold this point here, as it will get messy if they go indoors again. Yeah,
I'm just on board with P. Clark right now. They spotted the enemy Widow out as well, so that's always a good sign when you can see your rival that's trying to take a couple of shots at it. Doesn't manage to quite find it just yet. Oh, it's so close between these two. It's just not managing to sort of land that killing shot. I think the Zarya's doing a good job protecting her Widowmaker. Meanwhile, let's jump on board with just Joker. He's going to be integral here in trying to find the damage. Has isolated P. Clark there, but does get spotted out by Artie. Does drop dangerously low there. Does just manage to get out, barely surviving, as the payload is starting to roll forward. But Artie's in an increasingly strong position right now, as he's just holding this high ground. Report bot drops dangerously low, eats the rocket, eats the headshot. Down he goes, and now it's huge amounts of pressure on this team, as the engagement could come for any moment. They do have them in their sights, of course, and Sea Surfer doesn't get covered there. Beautiful headshot coming out of Doberman there. Beautiful play there. Does almost drag the Zarya back. Oh, great shot onto that Zarya as well. Zarya with a pinned little head. It can be a little bit of a pain in the ass to hit, but does manage to land the shot. Not enough to kill there, though. Not enough follow-up damage available to the team. They just have to sort of wait and bide their time for the next push.
Yeah, 6 AM looking a bit split at the moment, with sets of heroes on the high ground and low ground. Oh, well, Shy Guy gets nano boosted, but misses the jump onto the high ground. Decides to jump in, but it's pretty much ready and used now. That's how long he only had to use. A bit of a miscommunication there and a misjump as well. And now Labata wants to put the heat onto the enemy team by making sure that.
And Artie is definitely going to be going for it. He's put the attack visor on. He's hunting for his prey. He knows exactly where everyone is as well. He does have infrasight available. Meanwhile, the enemy team doing a good job just hiding away. They have spotted this, and it does land a sleep dart. Report bot has been doing such a good job with these and just managing to slink away. Very well played there. Meanwhile, Jimmy did get the kill on just Just Joker though, so Jimmy continuing to do a good job dealing damage on this Zarya. Jimmy's Zarya play definitely looking pretty solid right now. We do see Winston chasing down on the Widow, but Widow's just going to back away. No problem there. She's just going to stay nice and safe.
Yeah. No real ultimates used on either side apart from that tack visor and the infra sight, which got Just Joker killed, who was hiding low ground, sort of thinking that he was safe, but nope, Jimmy came in and cleared up pretty easily. The Winston trying to jump a Clark comes in, but here comes the grab and the combination that clears up everybody on there. But Labat is still there, ready to sort of hold it as much as possible. She does have ultimate ready, but it's just trying to find that position where she can sort of save some time.
Artie's also there, just shelling away, doing some damage. Yeah, Artie's actually managed to get himself a kill there. Labata finally goes down, but the payload doesn't actually manage to move that far, even with the very clean ultimate combo going off there. So there is an opportunity here to just try and contest the point right here. Rez comes out as well, picks up Artie on the point, so going to immediately be back into this engagement as battle is drawn. The grab comes out, doesn't really find too much here, but Sights does come out. This is going to cut down the Pharah, no problem. She jumps high into the sky, ladies and gents, but doesn't. Instantly probably regrets that decision. We do see the Rez come out, does pick up a lot of people here, and Artie's already sort of fired his load. Doesn't manage to have anything available right now. Labata does have Urshadow already. She could be looking for a big opportunity here across the payload. Just look at the payload, Labata, look at the payload. Just drop the hammer. Come on, drop it. See, you can do it. Oh.
Waiting. She slept. Probably was trying to look for a position where she could get the ultimate used. But she doesn't need to kill many people. She just needs to stall.
There we go. Oh, that's a good one as well. Gets the mercy.
But she's on her own as the Shy Guy is just zapping her down. She's going to go down pretty quickly. Not before her getting a kill on Report Bot, which is probably even more important. Very fair trade at this point, but it does look like I need healing. I'm going to push this point. Finally
make it.
Indoors.
Still a lot of time burned. They just to try and catch up to 6 AM's time now. They've got to make this in about 30 seconds after the animation finishes, so it's going to be pretty tricky to do that. And unlike Six Amongst Many, you've got to remember, had that EMP available last time, so it was a huge it was an easy job for them to just get the EMP in place and win off the back of that. No such luxury here for I Need Healing.
Thereabouts ready as well, so it's going to take some really strong play to push this in a respectable time. But really pushing it to the end of this map altogether is a feat in itself.
Winston.
So here comes in the nano-boosted Winston, who is slept, instantly woken up, hooked, and
killed.
Died.
Yep. Just very nice counter there. Very, very nicely done. Just sort of, I don't know, stall that out a little bit longer. Oh, P. Clark lands the rocket onto the Tracer as well. Don't man not finding the results he needs. I do like the swap off Widow for this final point. It's just a little bit too indoors. Defensively, Widow is actually pretty strong here. Offensively, I'd say she's a little bit weak because it's just so easy for the enemy team to tuck behind the barrier and be nice and safe. P. Clark definitely going to be one to watch in the next fight. Does have the barrage available, so we'll be looking to get a couple of good kills off the back of that. We do see the teams jockeying for position right now. We do see I Need Healing start to advance around the corner. Winston dives in, does get purged of the Discord orb he had on him, but yeah, it's instantly forced to run away as well as that barrier. Not going to be quite enough to keep him alive against his tanky lineup here. We do see the hook come in, does land on the Zarya. Zarya fires off the grab. Justice reigns from above. Just Joker gets herself 5. Is the mercy
player kill?
No,
the mercy went down.
Oh
as well.
No. Oh no,
this looks like it's going to be
it.
Even with such a strong push like that, they have got a good sort of 40 seconds on. If they can push it in at this point, just before it's over a minute, that's really strong, but a really nice combination there. But honestly, you'd be sort of expecting it as 6 AM, knowing that they were going to try and do something similar again.
Yeah. And just such a shame that the mercy went down there. That would have been an absolutely huge res if that went off. I was just waiting for it, looking for it.
You got to learn in those situations that that's going to happen, right? That's what they're looking to do. So Sea Surfer should have been well aware that that was something that I Need Healing were wanting to do, but instead they were trying to play really beefy with their Roadhog and sticking together and making sure that they were sort of better, stronger together instead of spread out. But ultimately, that was their downfall right at the end. But saying that, they've still got a pretty good time, and they're not running. Oh, they're not attacking first. That's right. They weren't going to run the Sombra, but they're certainly not going to run the Tobian this time around, which is good. They're going for a much more straightforward lineup with Jimmy on the Diva.
Yeah, so opting away from the Zarya this time, maybe to try and shut down the Pharah Widow. Diva can do a good job of just sort of blocking off a lot of those angles, make sure that Widow can't land the shots quite as easily, because you've got to be thinking about where the defense matrix is going to go, and also
if the payload starts moving as well, just being able to sort of self-destruct on it to try and get people off of it as well.
Yeah, it's an absolutely sort of game-ending ultimate when everyone has to cluster around the payload, so yeah, good choices there.
They either get off of it or they have to get on it.
They didn't have a mercy, they had an Anna, okay. There's me being delusional.
Still should have raised.
Yeah, god damn it, Sea Surfer. Play better. Anyway, Just Joker looks like he's going to be going for the long flank as well. This, I mean, you don't have too much time to do this. This takes a good 30 seconds to sort of get all the way around, so they've got to try and make something happen on the front line. But all this time, they're fighting a 5 versus 6 while they have to wait for someone to get through. And all that time, the barrier's getting shelled down. We do see Dope Man just poking through the side angle, gets almost the perfect shot on C-Sapper.
Such a long charge.
And that Reinhardt is stuck in the back there. P. Clark doing a good job just scooping up on that Reinhardt. That's going to be a lot of tankiness now, just leaving that team as P. Clark is being very careful with the positioning. You'll notice he's trying to avoid the shots from that Widow, but meanwhile, RT could just run along the ground and just scoop up all the death. 30 seconds are now left on the clock, and they've got to make something happen very soon. This is a very difficult point to go through, and if anyone gets picked, it's really going to cost them.
Yeah, even the fact that they won't get any percentage on the point, and it's not even an easy point to get to, never mind actually get some contestation on it. But they're sort of leaping in, Shy Guy just dies instantly. The sort of dive mechanics that they're trying to play here aren't necessarily working out to their favour. They've got 5 seconds to get any progress on it, otherwise this Sombra attack that no doubt 6am are going to try is just going to burn through them very quickly, and we go on to the next set of matches.
Getting the absolute better of his rival and Farah there, could just stay on top of him and just rain rockets in from above like Farah is wont to do. And then here comes the Justice, just cleaning up on the end, and we also have a Diva Bomb just for a little bit of fireworks at the end.
Gets the Shy Guy as well, who's clambering onto the point there, but 0% on it means that they don't need to do much here, and it could really spell disaster for I Need Healing, simply because they may,
it says it,
you know, it takes a lot to get used to it, I suppose.
It says it there on your screen. Any capture progress will result in a win. This is the second time I Need Healing have basically had to try and do 100% hold on the first point. So 6am definitely playing strong at the moment. Looks like RT's actually opting for the Soldier 76, not going for the Sombra. You have 2 minutes, guys. You could try and make it work, but it looks like they're going to just try and brute force it. Meanwhile, on the defense, oh, are they? I think they're tempted.
I would be surprised. It's something that works up really well. They need to have something that is just really impossible to move.
The immovable object.
Like they're going to try something like this. Genji main is literally going to play anything other than Genji at this point, it seems.
He did play Genji. Yeah, he did play Genji on the offensive on Hollywood for a little while, I think. Did he? I don't know.
But I like the fact that the recent Bastion both
have
have
the skins.
Uprising skins. So it's a nice little bit of role playing here as well.
They need Zenyatta for like the full Omnic threat.
Yeah.
Just really make it work. Looks like they're trying to figure out where exactly they want the Bastion, but Bastion's going to be running up against a damage boosted Farah, and that's going to really displace them pretty aggressively. So here we go. They're going to go up and over. They're noticing, they're not defending the choke, which kind of makes sense because they have to stay on the point non-stop. But honestly, once you are through this choke, it gets very hard. We see Roadhog on the flank, but he's in danger of getting booped off, and I think P. Clark spotted him. He's going to look for the boop. I didn't even move him. He just stood there. He just took it. The fat jiggled, but not much else happened. They spotted out the Bastion now. They spotted out the Orisa. They're just going to try and work on this barrier a little bit and try and shell through it. If they can just get rid of Bastion, this is going to go so much easier for them, as we do see P. Clark just staying high in the sky as well, uncontested, as rockets rain over that barrier. Down goes Dope Man on the sidelines. Healing required for P. Clark, but meanwhile they're just starting to advance on the point. Now that that tank is gone, Bastion is forced to be displaced. He's running back, and it's just Orisa on the point. Again, they cannot leave it for any reason. Labata charges in, doesn't manage to find anyone but swing it for her life here, doing a lot of damage. Orisa getting dangerously low, but Mercy's there to heal him up. Bastion does go down to Miranda on the Lucio, and there it is. They've been pushed off the point, and it has been taken, and 6am take the series 2-0.
Very strong. Very strong. It was always going to prove an uphill task to actually try and hold that point. My basically in-game is broken. I don't know what the hell's going on. I can still fly around the map and everybody's like frozen in time. Oh no, there we go. There's the winning team.
There you go.
That will be going to the semi-finals, I think.
I think so.
Sure
we will check in the bracket in a second. Just Joker, they're scooping up player of the game. This is for that final push, as the teams that do start advancing forward. There's the grab, just scoops everybody up. Justice just minces them. Quintuple kill gets called. Just Miranda just sat there going, what can I do?
Locally, like,
hi. I'll take you all on. I'll take you all on. But yeah, I mean, at least that is being changed soon in the patch. Being fair with the way that they were winning, like, I think 6am would have still won that, but then you could also throw in the argument that I Need Healing would have defended differently if they knew they had a little bit of different, you know, they could take a different strategy if they didn't have to hold completely for like 0.1%. They could have done something a little bit different. So yeah, it's being changed soon, so we just have to bear with it. But right now, I mean, well played to 6 amongst many. They were just executing on a really just a nice level. It was just good to see these ultimate combos coming out that weren't complete wombos.